A warm welcome to our 10th anniversary BDD Foundation Conference. My name's Rob Willson. It's my great privilege to be the chair of this wonderful charity. And for the next few minutes, I'm just going to give you a whistle-stop tour over some of the things that are happening here at the BDD Foundation. Very, very warm welcome, but very aware that some people will have really had to push themselves and be very, very courageous to get here. So, many congratulations. And obviously we're mindful there'll be some people who are maybe watching from home, and there'll be some individuals who have perhaps parents here or family members who are here representing them. But we really salute all of you for joining us today. We are unintentionally a very international charity, and we have people joining us today from Japan, America, Canada, the Netherlands, the Philippines, France, New Zealand, South Korea and more. So we are in very good and international company. So this is our 10th year of being a charity. And I gather that actually this is a very good moment to be wrong, because I gather from our colleagues in the Netherlands that we are now no longer the only charity in the world specifically devoted to BDD. So that's great news for us, because we don't want to be the only charity. We'd love there to be a charity in every country in the world for this condition. But we are very, very lucky to have such an international level of support and such a big reach. Just a quick thought about why are we all here. We're all here because of this condition, body dysmorphic disorder, and there are many clinicians here who are interested in helping and very dedicated to helping and supporting people. We have researchers, and of course we have people with lived experience, and we have those who are supporting individuals with lived experience. But a reminder of what that means is that BDD is a preoccupation. And that's a really key word to understand that this is a condition of overthinking preoccupation with one or more perceived defects or flaws in physical appearance that are not observable to others or appear slight. And that at some point during the course of the disorder, the individual's performed repetitive behaviours such as mirror checking, excessive grooming, skin picking, reassurance seeking, or mental acts, and this is something that David and I will be speaking about later on, such as comparing in response to these appearance concerns. And the really important thing, which it highlights why you can't have a bit of BDD or have a bit of dysmorphia, is that this is a condition that causes clinically significant levels of distress or really interferes in your life in some important way. And this is what I want you to hold in mind today, is to think, how can I apply what's being talked about here to help me to reduce my preoccupation, to help me to combat my avoidance behaviours or combat my compulsions, and hopefully then also reduce that distress and reclaim your life, regain that functioning. Because ultimately this is what we're about. We don't want people just to know more about BDD, we want them to recover and break free from it. So let's encourage you to be curious about what we can learn from today to help you to make next steps. Oh, just a quick mention that we are going to be filming here on the main stage. But please be mindful, obviously, particularly of the sensitive nature of this condition. If you're taking any photographs, you may want to take some photographs of slides and presenters, but please be respectful of not taking photographs of any of the attendees. So, what have we been up to? Well, a long time ago, we began as a website. We have a kind of guest of honour here in Stu Chandler, who helped to launch the original, maintain the original BDD Foundation website for must have been, what, best part of 10 years, Stu? And without that gentleman there, we would not be here today, because it was Stu who asked us to, myself and David Veal, to help him relaunch the charity. And we've been lucky enough to gather together some incredible trustees over the years. We've updated that website when we first relaunched. We've updated it again in 2021. This year we added a youth website, something we're very excited about. We provide an email helpline. We have Christian around about, who's a key man in that. We have our Zoom support groups. We have our Overcoming BDD program, which is a structured self-help program embedded in some group support. And we've been lucky enough to be involved in some very interesting collaborations, and one of which has led to this Change.org campaign, which is where we've been asking people to support us in advocating for more transparency in images, so that if an image is being used as an advert or in social media or something, that it's been documented that this has been altered in some way. And we're getting very close to our big target of 50,000 signatures, but that target of over 41,000 shows just how many people are really interested in this area, and we're really grateful to the people that have supported us so far. We've also had a really interesting collaboration with a clothing company called Monkey, and they've been actually really rather amazing to work with. And they've not only produced clothing that references body dysmorphic disorder, they've also, as you can see, they've produced some great material for a campaign to raise awareness. That's been an incredibly rewarding experience for us. So we'd particularly like to thank Kim, Sandeep and Mia, who were really terrific in being filmed and doing more to raise awareness and produce information on the problem. As ever, we've been busy with the media, and we again want to say a big thank you to all of the people that helped us with our media campaigns. That's one of the interesting things about BDDs. We do at least manage to garner a fair amount of interest from the media. The trick, as you can probably imagine, is navigating that story so that the severity and the seriousness of the condition really stands out when we're talking about it. We'd like to thank very much all the people that have been kind enough, brave enough, dedicated enough to help us to raise funds. These are just a few examples, but we're a very small charity with a big problem to try and help sort out, so every penny does count. So very, very grateful. If you go into the Jeffrey Hall, you'll see there's a number of stalls, OCD Action, Papyrus, Full of Beans, Still the Hunger and many more. There's a bookstall in there for buying a few books related to BDD, should you be interested in doing so. But also around the facility we have our community support room. If you're feeling overwhelmed or you need a bit of time out, I might take advantage of that in a few minutes perhaps. And we also, for the first time in this conference, we have our research summit, which we're incredibly proud of and very grateful for all of the researchers who are coming here today to talk with us about that. And we'll have a range of breakout sessions on various topics. So to learn more about those sessions and the conference at large and where everything is and when it is, it's a good time, if you haven't done so, to point your camera phone at the screen, and then you can download the app, which is all singing, all dancing, and will tell us where, when. Kitty's going to tell me something else to say about it.
Also, if they want to submit questions to certain speakers, they will come live on the app during that time.
So if you want to submit any questions, certain speakers, the opportunity to ask questions will come live on the app at the time of doing the talks.
Yes, but not all speakers will have
Another plea from us, please, is that we are, as I said, a very small charity with very, very limited income. If you feel suitably inspired to do so, we have at the bookstall in Jeffrey Hall a contactless payment app. So if you wouldn't mind considering a donation, we've had to heavily support the ticket sales here, so it's cost us a lot to put this on, so any extra contribution would be very gratefully received.